G'day, welcome to Mt.Coramba Apiculture. It's Christmas Eve 2022. Just back up at my site at Nymboida. Let's have a quick look at these Nucleus hives and see how they're going. So they've been here for almost 7 days. The objective here today was to do a bit of mowing, but I've gone about 3 metres and thrown the belt off the mower and can't get it back on, so it wasn't meant to happen. I'll do it next week. So the objective here is just to look at these nukes and see how they're going. Some of it's stronger than others, so we may even a few up. Just take a frame of brood out of one and put in another. So that's the general plan today. Just make sure they're okay and settled in. So we'll go through a few hives and see how they look. A bit beetly, that's all right. I will deal with them. I was hoping I'd have a few less beetles up here, but they followed me up. So these all started out as 4 to 5 frame nukes, and these are in our 6 frame poly nukes. So that was a frame of foundation 6 days ago. So they've done really well. They've filled that out and got it half full of nectar. So that surprises me. They're doing really well. Good nukes. Thanks, Felix. So I'd expect this to be fully drawn next week and looking for space. Plenty of honey in there. That's spectacular. Really nice to see. So we're getting into the old frames that we made the nuke up with now. That pattern's a bit patchy, but note on the lid says it's an old queen, so we'll fix that eventually. So they're going well. Once again, a patchy pattern. There's our queen there, with a pink dot on her. So she looks good. No disease issues, so yeah, we'll just see how she goes. Beautiful quiet bees. It's overcast and humid here today. We had a little bit of rain last night, so yeah. Lovely bees. They just sit on the frame, not flying up. Just the way you want them. So yeah, next week we might just turn these around and get them to fill that other side. Don't want to push them too hard. So no action required there, but I think by next week we'll be turning these outside frames around, or maybe even moving them in one slot. So they're good. On to the next hive, see what's in here. There's a good 5 framer. Once again, a lot of beetles coming out of here. Not a fan of traps, but might have to put some in these. So here's the frame I put in last week, and that's fully drawn. That was foundation, once again, 6 days ago. So they're really hooking in. Clearly, plenty of nectar and stores coming in at this site. So that's a great relief. I need to pull my finger out and get some boxes ready to bring up here and get them into 10 frame gear. Once again, filled out nicely. And the queen's just starting to lay on that side. Nice brood pattern there. Lovely white, healthy brood. Lovely pearly white larvae in that frame. Really nice to see. So there's a nice frame of seal brood. So these bees are doing really well. Yeah. And I reckon be pulling a frame of brood out of this into a weaker one next week, just to give them a bit of space. Marvellous, beautiful. Push that in, frame back in. And they're good. So 6 frames of drawn comb. They're going to need space shortly. On to the next box. You see the cattle have been through here and just investigated a little, bumped a few lids. Hopefully they got sent packing by the bees and they don't do that again. I was thinking about putting an electric fence up here, but generally the cattle learn not to come near them. So there's my frame I put in last week, not touched. Let's see how these are going. Good brood pattern there. And they're picking up. Good to see there's plenty of nectar in there. There's clearly something flowering up here. And there's a nice frame of seal brood. It's got a young queen in it. Terry Brown queen. Nice yellow pollen on that bee's legs there. It's a good sign. There's our queen there. Beautiful golden queen. Excellent. And that last frame. So can't see any eggs in there, but she won't be taking long to get in there. So that's an example of a hive that could take a frame of brood from the likes of the one we just did and just take this frame of foundation out and put it into the stronger one to buy me a bit of time. It's another hive with the lid bumped a bit, so the cattle have had a good poke around here. And here's a good nuke. Once again, plenty of beetles. So this is a frame that they came with, fully drawn and full of nectar. Very nice. Plenty of drone brood there. So I've just been advised by the DPI that these hives will get overall strips and mats in them in the new year, early in the new year, just to confirm that they're free of varroa. The reason for that is that there's links with the queens in these hives to red zones, and also the equipment that these are in have come out of the Nana Glen red zone after an approved treatment, so that welcome the sticky mats and strips going in. That'll just confirm that they are varroa free, and that'll be the end of that. So there's the queen on there, a nice green dot on her. So that'll happen the first week after the new year, which is good. I'll be able to get on with things. So that's the frame I put in the other day, and they're drawing that out nicely, so that's good. Fifth hive, so if they're all as good as the last few, I'll be happy. Beetles. Frame's going to need a bit of work on it, a bit crooked. It's okay. So yeah, good brood pattern. They're just taking a little time to catch up, but they'll do really well. Once again, nice solid brood pattern there, free of disease. And they'll pick up really quickly. Obviously good conditions up here at the moment. Beautiful big fat queen there with a pink dot on her. Huge, nice. So there's the frame I put in last week, untouched, but they'll move into that shortly. So good. So that's the general plan. Another 14 to look at. And I won't bore you with that unless I find anything interesting. So let's keep going. that all went pretty well. 20 nukes looked through. Some of them have got 6 frames drawn, others have got 3 to 4 frames drawn, so we'll look at them again next week and even them up a bit. So take a frame of brood out the strong ones and drop them into the weak ones and just change a frame of foundation over. It's just called evening up, and it'll give those weaker ones a bit of a boost. So I'm really happy with the nectar that's coming in, and the strong hives have just drawn a frame of foundation out in 6 days, so I'm really pleased with that. It's just starting to spit rain here now, so I'll pack up and head back to Coffs Harbour. I'll pack up and head back to Nana Glen and keep doing a bit more for Christmas Eve. Hopefully stay away from the crowds. It's just beautiful and peaceful up here in the bush, a little bit of light rain falling, so keep following this journey, I guess, starting from scratch again. Like and subscribe if you like my videos. Go back, there's a lot of previous videos as well, so if you're new to beekeeping or just learning, there's some really good videos there to watch. So thanks again. I'll take this broken mower back home and maybe try and fix it, and try again next week. See you later.